were working with in the studio with Kirk Hammett. Um, Metallica played this big show in Oakland at one of the big places, Henry J. Kaiser Center. And the Sea Hags were playing in Alameda, which is fairly close. And Metallica had finished their show, and they came to our show. They left their big show and just came, and all of a sudden, out in the audience, we see the four guys in Metallica, watching us. So the night ended up that James and Lars came to our house, but what happened was Kirk at one point said, we don't really know punk rock, and I'd like you to make me a cassette of your favorite punk music. So I said, well, Kirk, I'll do that, but you got to get me a Metallica t-shirt. I wasn't just going to make him something. And, at least for me, I wasn't completely, starstruck by this band. I mean, they were just other musicians to me. So long story short, I've got two things going on here. Well, James and Lars were at my house, and they spent the whole night going through my punk singles and listening to records all night, like way too late. I had to get up the next day, and oh boy. So anyway, I made this tape for Kirk Hammett, and lo and behold, they would listen to it when they were on the road, and they would play this, and I think I helped get the guys in Metallica a little up to speed on some of the punk stuff, because they put out this record called Garage Days Revisited, and when it came out as a 2-record set, they had a song on there by the Anti-Nowhere League called So What. And that was one of the songs that I'd put on that cassette. So, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I wouldn't be surprised if they recorded that song, because I gave them a little punk rock history lesson.
So. Well, Greg Langston, you're a music influencer, because I think the narrative is there that they like punk and all that sort of thing, but you're a big part of the story, maybe indirectly, hey?
Well, they didn't know this stuff. I mean, if you they were listening to some fairly obscure metal stuff, which is pretty cool, which I caught up on all of that stuff later on myself. But as a genre in general, I lean more towards listening to old psychedelic music or stuff like that. But not to say that I don't have some metal stuff, and I've certainly given it all a try. If you went in my record collection, you'd find Venom and Slayer and Possessed and groups like that, but I really don't pull those out very much and listen to them.